After a judge delayed her trial, Blake Lively was all smiles in New York City, as was Taylor Swift, who was seemingly avoiding her former BFF. Could it be because the judge recently ruled that Blake Lively's famous friends cannot hide in this court battle? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. We got a lot to go through, including the fact that, the judge is making it clear. Sorry, Taylor Swift, you don't get to hide yourself just because you're Taylor Swift. A few big news I want to give. First, please check out this morning's video. I spent a lot of time making this one. A lot of you guys asked me to explain this merger, and it's a big, big deal. I tried to break it down, explain what's happening, and I'll make sure I put it at the end of this video as well, but the algorithm did not support this one, and I could really use your help for all those you asked. Please make sure you go watch it, but let's get to today's story. Also, big news at the end of this video, so keep watching. Blake is all smiles, flashing a cheery smile and a festive red as her court battle was delayed, clearly not letting that delay get to her as she put on a show-stopping display as distort here. Oh, there it is. Look, she was out there celebrating, I guess, the delay, acting like everything is normal, which she tends to do. And yeah, this was all walking around New York. This was a crimson corset style dress. All the details are I'm not gonna, whatever. It's a dress. The smile concealed though any lingering feelings she may have about her widely publicized war with Justin as it's approaching its 1-year anniversary. Now, TMZ also reported while she was out in New York, so was Taylor Swift. Interestingly enough, Taylor was out in New York walking around with her friends, and it wasn't Blake Lively. Taylor Swift looks like they're still on the outs, TMZ is reporting, because they both went out Tuesday night in New York, and Taylor was with a different blonde friend. Interesting. Esty Haim of the Haim sisters. Blake was promoting her brand new holiday pop-up, but Taylor was just out with friends, and the friend wasn't Blake, interesting enough, as they used to be, always walking around holding hands. Look, this tells you something, right? Taylor and her gal pal broke bread at Chaz Moreau at the meatpacking district. With Blake looked festive in the West Village for her Blake Brown hair care, Stony Clover line pop-up. I'm gonna say that 10 times fast. Anyway, they're avoiding each other. Could it be because, sorry, here it is. Could it be because the judge has made it clear these celebrity friends are not gonna be able to hide themselves? Now, further reporting has given us insight as what was actually said in that hearing yesterday when the judge announced the trial would be delayed 2 months, as we get into some of these specifics here. But as important as this case is, criminal trials take precedent, the judge said, and he had apparently 2 of them to deal with in March. So this had to get delayed, as it said here. 2 criminals in March, so they have to take precedent. And so apparently one of Blake's lawyers, Michael Goat, has a trial in May 18th, so he's trying to see if he can still make himself available. Brian Friedman says it's no issue for him. He also did say he wants to refer both sides to settlement purposes, but he has no view with respect to settlement. I'm just here to resolve the issues. He sort of made that public because it's very standard, but it almost felt like he wanted to say that specifically as to, make it clear, like, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you to do this, but that's how we do it. He doesn't want the press to misunderstand that, which they already have, of course. But there we go. So he wanted either side, wanted material sealed. If either party wanted material sealed during the trial, there had to be a good reason why. This was important that I want to get to here. He says, famous friends that come up in exhibits, such as Taylor Swift, etc., as I get to the story, as well as other celebrities. Judge Lyman said that the justification for sealing any document cannot be generic because there was a presumption of public access. There had to be weighty countervailing interest to overcome that. And if the justification was not specific, he would reject the request. So phone numbers, emails, obviously that would be there, and video and audio that's submitted must be also filed within the clerk's office. So all that will be there. But interesting, this little part about, the famous friends, they don't just get to be blacked out or redacted because they're famous friends. No, they're public figures. It's a very public case. And it does make me wonder if that's part of the reason Taylor is still very frustrated and not getting involved. How involved will Taylor get in these exchanges when they are eventually redacted? Is there stuff that wasn't redacted that could still come into play that they're holding on to? A lot of questions I have about this, so stay tuned. We will obviously keep you posted on it. Now, another big update for you, a lot of dates are coming, and now this upcoming date, this is a January 22nd, mark in your calendars. It's not just about the motion summary judgment. No, that's also happening, but also the motion for judgment on the pleadings. So basically, even if all the facts are true, the claim should fall as a matter of law. If granted, it can wipe out portions of this case before trial. And then the motion for summary judgment could end the case right there, which Wayfair is asking, saying there's no disputed facts, so it should be ruled here without trial. Portions could, so that could shrink a lot of these claims before May. And then as well as Blake's motion for spoilage sanction, which is a serious one because it asks the court to punish for alleged evidence destruction. As we talked about yesterday, those signal chats being deleted could actually affect and hurt Justin's case before trial. So there's a lot of stuff that can happen here. The sanctions can range from monetary to adverse interference and instruction to the jury, limitations on defense, or in extreme cases, striking a claim altogether. So usually this is not normal to hear spoliation alongside these other kind of motions. So this day is going to be very big. January 22nd, big day, as 3 critical motions all at once will be heard. So mark your calendars for that day. We will obviously be here covering it, and maybe even try to get someone in the court if isn't there already somebody we can cover it. Stay tuned. That's going to be an important one that we will be covering for you. Now, on top of that, I guess a little girl attorney who we do love, shout out to her, did say a little bit here.
The first thing that the court says is that now that discovery is largely completed, parties in both of the cases are directed to contact the chambers of Magistrate Judge Cave for the purpose of exploring possible settlement. This line at the bottom of the page that says the court expresses no view with respect to settlement, that's for you guys, that's for the public. I have never seen a court actually express that, and that's because the parties all know that, the lawyers all know that, but this is to make it abundantly clear to the public that him directing the parties to go to a magistrate to discuss the possibility of settlement expresses no view from the court or from Judge Lyman about whether the parties should settle or not. It's just simply part of the process. It's just part of the checklist of things that courts go through to encourage parties to resolve their matters outside of court.
So basically, yeah, that's what we proving it. And shout out to her. Ron said the same thing. It's interesting because a lot of these headlines out there sort of are using that headline as I had one up. Sorry, I want to make sure I show you this. We're to discuss settlement. There was one egregious one. I lost it. They might have even changed it, but there were some that said, no, they must go to settlement. And that's not the case. This is totally standard what they're saying. So but shout out to the girl attorney. She's right in what this is. So this isn't new for Lyman either. Back in March, he alluded that at the court hearing that he said that much of the information will become public as the case goes forward. For example, motions and summary judgment and trial. This is a public interest in how the courts are being used. This is a public interest in how the courts are being used that the court has to respect. So he's making it clear, look, but he doesn't want to seem to, I guess, lean one way or the other is how I take that. So there you have all the latest news. Now, big news. I'm live on Billy Bush, Hot Mics with Billy Bush. We are still fighting our appeal. It's happening. We'll be talking about that and so much more. So I hope you'll join us. It might be live right now. So come check it out or come watch the replay afterwards. Come in the chat, say hi, show your support, please. We are live with Billy Bush at 5 Eastern. So literally it's happening. It's already happening. Come in live and then play it back. Show your support. And please, if you haven't already, go watch this morning's video. I literally spent hours on this because you guys asked me to, and it's like the lowest performer I've ever done. It's a fascinating breakdown. I did a lot of research on this one. I'll put it, in fact, right there in the end card. So there it is. There, check it out. Watch the video. Join us for Billy. Come back and watch this. A lot for you to do here, as well as subscribe and stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.